Hey guys, what's going on? So let me tell you first that Convergence Batman and Robin issue number 1 was the best anticipated issue for me. I was really getting anticipated for this one. I was really waiting for this one, and what I got? Poison Ivy in the first page, and she's looking okay, pretty sexy, but this time this figure from the back is not cool, and the whole series, only this one having sometimes those artistry and the drawings are not that much of cool sometimes, and I don't know why it just happened, but in the story wise it's cool, and that's why I'm gonna go with IGN.com review. They have given it a 7 out of 10. It's a good review for them, and it's a good book. So this review is by Michael Logston. So Convergence as an event has made some fairly bold and exciting promises to DC Comics fans today and yesterday. So Batman and Robin issue number 1, writer Ron Morse gives us a chance to revisit pre-Flashpoint Gotham City during a time when Bruce and Damian were still getting used to one another. While we do get a nice story representative of this era, the biggest weakness of this issue is that ultimately it's not that different from New 52 Batman stories. Batman was one of the few characters largely unaffected by the New 52 reboot. There have been changes, of course, most notably with stories such as Zero Year, but much of Batman's recent history has seemingly remained the same. This recent history is the time in which Morse's story takes place. The story itself is entertaining enough as it details a major element of how Gotham has survived for a year trapped in the Talos Dome. Of course, Batman and Robin have been helping to keep the citizens of Gotham safe, but Morse opens this issue with a fan surprise of an unexpected rise of a villain turned hero. This is one of the more interesting moments in this issue, as it delves into some of the practicalities of being trapped in a dome for a year. He is hoping every dome has someone like her, but one of the problems he thought though is that except for the whole trapped in dome thing and the extreme ending, the crux of the story could have easily been seen in a flashback of the New 52 Batman. I don't know why it just happened like that, but the verdict what we get from here is Convergence Batman and Robin 1 gives the readers few things to smile about, with a story that surprises initially with a practical look at living inside a dome and the reveal of an unexpected hero. Some era-specific elements return for a fun nod to this time during Batman's career. However, while writer Ron Morse is able to wrap up a story that feels very much appropriate to this era, it doesn't quite make sense that these characters would see no character development in a year's time. Lastly, Dennis Cowan produces some good art here, but the majority of it feels rushed. Yeah, that was I was thinking, that most of the drawings and the paintings that took scratches looks really rushed, and they were maybe gonna get out of the deadlines. That's why in the deadline period they just finished it in an early moment, and it had to finish like that when this thing just happened. So that's why these drawings may look awkward, but it's okay for me. MajorSpoilers.com review. Here we go with that one. It's given by Stephen Schlender, and what just given here, that bottom line, worth it. That was, I'm gonna read only that one, that this one is worth it, and hope you guys have liked it. To be continued is there, because Batman and Robin issue number 2 is coming on the next week. Hope you guys will like it too. So don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to go to the store and buy this book, or tell your friend to buy this book. Yeah, then you can read it also. So support the creators in both of the way. Have a great day. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Convergence Harley Quinn issue number 1, and the cover page really turned me off because it contains Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy. 3 sexiest girls in DC Universe for me at least. So here we go with the Harley Quinn of Convergence review. So this is by Jason Searon, and in this IGN.com review, here we go. Now that the current Harley Quinn ongoing series has restored Harley to a more classic and fun personality, there's not such a burning need for a comic starring a pre-New 52 Harley, but she is a big seller, so of course Harley has her own Convergence Titan. This first issue has some interesting ideas, but ultimately feels at odds with itself in terms of what kind of story it's trying to tell. So initially, writer Steve Pugh uses the Convergence concept to great effect. He explores how the idea of being trapped in a dome affects the ordinary citizens of Gotham alongside Harley herself. Harley's psychology is the focus, as as is her apparent recovery and her attempt to lead and that a more normal life. It's almost like her answer to the Joker going sane storyline. There's even an aura of tragedy to the storyline, as we know Harley can never permanently lead a life of normality. Sadly, the story loses its luster as it reflects the events of Convergence 1 and the combat between rival cities becomes a focus. At this point, Poison Ivy and Catwoman abruptly entered the story and everything shifts gears. It's an underwhelming and even unsatisfying change of pace considering how well things were shaping up before. This isn't the only Convergence Titan that could have benefited from a more isolated standalone approach. The good news is that Phil Winslet's art is a good match for the story. Winslet channels the zany energy of Harley's antics and the various colorful hallucinations that plague her troubled mind, and at the same time there's a very down-to-earth subdued quality to these pages that plays well with the more low-key approach to story. However, the action becomes, there's me, the copper. Okay, so the action becomes a little stiff once Catwoman and Ivy enter the fray, and it does nothing to help the disappointment that comes when the story shifts gears. So overall it gets a 6.7 out of 10 and from the IGN, but we're gonna move some other reviews we get from BatmanNews.com. This is reviewed by Elena Carlo. Oh, she's gonna make a good review, I know that one, because writer and cover artist Steve Pugh brings us a story about Harley Quinn's reformation and subsequent backslide, and it's aptly titled Down the Rabbit Hole issue. The good things about this one is the Convergence formula definitely runs the risk of getting stale, like a 90s combat video game with limited match options, but what we get here, that is so cool. But for this issue, Pug has introduced the obstacle of Harley's sanity, which obviously must be done away with if she's to have a chance against Captain Carrot. While this issue feels more heavily like pure setup than some of the others, it's very entertaining. Like other issues of Convergence, the best thing about this is just the characterization. Sure, Harley is still a ditz in the New 52 and still violent-minded as all get it out, but Pug restores a bit more of the black and white or black and red extremes to her personality, emphasizing that she is mentally ill, which is great because it's Harley Quinn. So, which is something that's virtually ignored in her solo series these days. There's a couple of very nice touches here with regard to that. A discussion about goldfishes that telegraphs what's to come, and a psychotic moment in which she has a post-traumatic reaction to thoughts of the Joker. So that is so cool and really like it. Some bad things about there also, but it's all over. It's a good to read comic, so you should go to the store and buy this book and enjoy this comic book wherever, in your bathroom or in your couch, in your kitchen, in your bed before sleep. You guys can have a fun time reading Convergence Harley Quinn issue number 1. So have a great day. Don't forget to leave a like and don't forget to buy this book and support the creators. Adios. What's up, guys? Convergence Justice League issue number 1. Yeah, I know it's been a long time. I'm not doing any review on the Justice League era. So here we go with the Convergence, because I have promised that I will do most of the Convergence series review. So here we go with this one, and it's super cool and I really like it. So comic box commentary.blogspot.in. This is new. So here we go with this review. This what is said over here by the writer that is came out this week and showcases the James Robinson era Justice League, a book and a time that I really enjoyed. This was truly a legacy league. Dick Grayson was Batman, Kara was Superman, Donny Troy was Wonder Woman, Jesse Quick was the Flash, Jed was Green Lantern. Oh, we all know about this one. So we're gonna move to the IGN review. This is by Jesse Seedian. So with only 2 issues to work with, it's best if this various Convergence miniseries focus on characterization over plot. Luckily, that seems to be Frank Tire's goal as he reacquaints readers with the pre-Flashpoint Justice League. The story is nothing to write home about, but the fun of seeing these pre-new 52 character, it's super cool and dynamics back in play makes this issue worth reading. Theory focuses on a mostly female cast of JLAers, plus a brief appearance by Kong Gorilla as they struggle to adjust to a life without powers and where they are trapped within the confines of Gotham City. The script is a little jumpy as it transitions from the creation of the Dome to the events of Convergence 1, and what follows. What really matters though is that the characterization is spot on for the most part. These relationships and characters' bonds don't exist anymore, and it's great to see Jed back in the spotlight and a warmer, more friendly Supergirl. And while the transition is a little choppy, this issue does gain extra momentum as the Dome vanishes and characters from the Flashpoint universe enter the fray. So Theory makes solid use of Flashpoint's evil acumen as the villain, building to what should be a memorable second half. That's what we really like it, but I don't like the design of this Aquaman. What's going on? What the hell? He's looking just a bulgy kind of thing. But anyway, overall it looks good, and I am happy that it got the highest rating till now, 8.0 out of 10. That is super cool. But here we go with some other reviews. That is the latestpool.com review by Eric Trilson. So what do you get here with that? Correct me if I have got the wrong idea about the Convergence Titans. It seems to me that a lot of Convergence is supposed to harken back to the specific eras, worlds, and characters from all over DC's continuity. These are stories that are going to be able to be read by new and old readers alike. The story will be about these characters in the midst of a bad situation, and we'll see whether they ultimately live or die in the multiverse. But it's not happening like that. Here in the first issue of the Justice League 1, just say Justice Leagues. Anyway, Justice League 1, we are introduced to the protagonist of this event tie-in. Interestingly, the Justice League team are all female characters, while a fun take of the classic jail team. I'm not getting the same tone or feeling in this book that harkens back to the pre-Flashpoint era Justice Leagues. This feels more like the Birds of Prey. So that is super cool. Hope you guys have liked it. This one is really cool, so you should buy this book. And as I said, you should enjoy this one anywhere you are, in the restroom, couch, kitchen, bedroom, living room, study room, anywhere in the bus. So you can enjoy that one. So buying the hard copy is the most fun and agenda of a comic book. Hey, what's up guys, this is Steve. Hope you guys will enjoy this one, Convergence Nightwing or Collection number 1. So today this is 9:20 in the night, 9:20 p.m. So I have started reviewing the whole Convergence series from 6 o'clock, and still I'm reviewing. I'm just feeling kind of dizzy, but I'm not gonna lose my patience and my energy. I'm gonna put all my energy to this review. Here we go with this review. Hope you guys will like it. So from the latestpool.com review I have, but I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do adventuresinprotest.com. So adventuresinprotest.com, this review. So this is by Tyler Sowell. So however, the issue I have had my eyes on for months is this one, the reunion of Nightwing and Oracle, written by Gal Simone and drawn by Jane Dursema. It's hard not to get your hopes up at this comic's potential, but considering how this event singe shots usually turn out, then there's a reason for skepticism. So is it good or bad? We don't know about this one, but you have to decide. I'm not gonna tell you all the things. So if you are familiar with the plot of this Convergence event, you should understand what's happening in this issue. But if you picked up Convergence 1 as well this week, I would recommend you read the first. For those of you who don't particularly care for the event and just want to see Dick and Babs working together, Convergence is essentially a superhero Hunger Games with a bit more at stake. Dick and Babs are the designated heroes of the pre-Flashpoint Gotham City and are trapped within the Dome when they are confronted by heroes of another doomed city. So this issue opens with a savage take on Hawkman and Hawkwoman, while other superheroes have voiced their moral dilemma of murdering other worlds' versions of their friends. This duo certainly doesn't have any qualms as they burn a town to the ground and fly off seeking their next opponent. It's then that you flip the page and you are met with an image that will give any Grayson fan chills, and a poor shot of Dick standing on the rooftop in his original blue Nightwing suit. It definitely gave me nerd butterflies. Yeah, he portrayed ridiculously yoked, but it's such a refreshing sight that I don't even mind the hyperbolic physics that it's his thing and he owns it. So this issue is chronicled by Babs and documents the fallout and whole the thing that of their Gotham after being enveloped by the Dome. So while the issue still advances the plot of the intergalactic tournament, it features a lot of emotional depth, and if you're a Nightwing fan, it will hit you harder. There's a lot of emotional subplot occurring that goes beyond the superficial crime fighting sequences, especially between our two heroes. Both are currently in an unsure place of their relationship for their what you can say, for various reasons, and it's reminiscent of their pre-52 interactions and the countless issues that chronicle their turbid relationship. And I loved those issues. They offered a great break in repetitive action with realistic highs and lows between lowers. Simon looks at the Dome's effect on villains as well as the civilians and superheroes alike, which is one of my favorite aspects of this issue. We see that with the isolation of the city, some villains have simply lost their thirst for crime and begin to question the point of it all, while having a couple villain cameos. This introspective take on the nature of Gotham's trite villainy take the subject of the issue to another level. Above all, despite not being the best suited for a physical brawl to decide the fate of worlds, Simone is able to make Oracle a strong, if not the strongest character in the comic. She really controls all over it, and this is super cool. So is it good or bad? We have to say that I recognize that some people are going to use this Convergence opportunity to put out some issues, have the flair of unique character combinations, but lack the quality of the story. Gail Simone knocks this issue out of the park and makes us nostalgic for the days when we saw Nightwing and Oracle, that the whole thing interact on a monthly basis. My favorite comics are the ones that leave me emotionally drained, and that's exactly what this issue did. The next issue can't come soon enough, I know, but I really like it. Yeah, and yes, I do like it too. So hope you guys will like it too, and don't forget to leave a like. Just go to the store, buy this book. Next is War of the Wing is coming, so have a great day until then, and after then also. So have a great day and enjoy the Convergence full series. Yo! What's up, guys? For me, Convergence Speed Force issue number 1 is good, and I'm really enjoying the Convergence full series. That is super cool. The first week is for me, and Speed Force, this artwork is really cool, so it's really enjoyable. So here we go with this review, that Weird Science Comics blog.blogspot.in review. So all the places you'll go, I'm a Flash fan through and through, but I'm sure it will upset some of you out there to know that I'm a Barry Allen fan man. So myself, here's my Flash to get it all out there. I'm also Matt Smith, John Lennon, Kirk, and Dick Yorkman as well. The issue starts with Wally heading into Gotham. If this is your first Convergence title, get used to the forced way the authors have to get our heroes into certain cities. I like this one better than most, except for one obvious thing. There is a chronal disturbance that the JLI has sent Wally to check out. That seems okay enough, though I wonder where Batman is, but that's not the problem. In a move that will not get Wally a Father of the Year award, and he brings his kids. Yes, Aris and Jay are tagging along to a potential disaster because they need to master their abilities. It's an issue I can overlook because it leads to a rich story and a bunch of fun. The fun has to wait a bit, however, because life under the dome hasn't been great for Wally. In fact, some citizens remark that he has gone crazy. To cut Johnny Quick, my 14-year-old son, he misses his wife and blames himself. So Tony Bedard has given us a sad tale of a father trying to do right and make up for his mistakes, and I really liked it. Things get even better with the dome down and his powers restored. Wally heads off to explore the other cities and save one, in particular El Inferno. So let's move to some of the other reviews, that is nerdsontheRocks.com and geekswithvibes.com. So here we go with the geekswithvibes.com review by Brad Bell. So he's saying that in Speed Force 1, Tony Bedard that gives readers the type of stories, if one had to guess, will most likely be the most fondly remembered at the end of the epic Convergence event. Stories that provide fun but meaningful stories involving previous incarnations of their favorite DC heroes panning out of Convergence. We have a story through the eyes of a classic Wally West as the Flash as he brings his twins Jay and through the Speed Force and into Gotham City before things begin to coverage. The primary problem in this event spin-off comes in from the setup as things begin to unfold in the rest of the multiverse. Latin City of Brainiac Talos, three-fourths of the West family literally finds themselves trapped under the dome and stuck in Gotham City. Things that happen inside the dome are as forgettable as the terrible CBS hour-long drama of the same name. However, before and after the fall of the dome is where this book really thrives, as we see the joy of the West twins realizing how to navigate the Speed Force for the first time, or the Flash first interactions with the one and only speedster born by the name of first back of the Zoo Crew. The book's greatest accomplishment comes through invoking the hidden but heavy heart of the Wally West Chester was just a character this one, and while most readers recognize Barry Allen as the more emotional version of the Flash and West as the wisecracker, but Better does a decent job of showing us the emotional side of Wally through his hell-bent mission to reunite his family and get them out of the dome-trapped Gotham. We see the true grit generally associated with the West version of the Flash, while never jeopardizing any of the extra layers establishing in this book. In Speed Force 1, Tony Bedard manages to craft so much more than simply a fun big event spin-off. He touches at the emotional core of a generally entertaining but shallow character, regardless of what happens to the version of Wally West. Post-Convergence, the character has been given a much needed boost in humility. So here it is, Wonder Woman came over here, and it's gonna be Flash versus Wonder Woman on the next issue. So Speed Force issue number 2, it's gonna be really anticipating and really great, I think. So hope you guys have liked it. Don't forget to leave a like, and yeah, just share this video, and I hope you guys will like this review and what I'm gonna say. Thanks for all of your support, and yeah, just go to the store and buy this book. Have a great day. Hey, what's up guys, how are you? Convergence Superman issue number 1, and I'm Steve. Hope you guys will enjoy it. Let's say it with me. Say it with me. Convergence Superman, Convergence Superman. It's been totally different, and the first time we can see Superman in black suit. Oh, what's going on? We will like it, you will like it, everyone will like it. This is super cool. So here we go with the Superman Convergence review. And first of all, I have to admit that thanks for all of your support you are giving on me. I don't know about the Convergence series, how much support I will get, because I have not till now I have not uploaded any video yet. I'm just recording all of the videos. After that I will upload this one. Let's see how much the response will be. I don't know what's gonna be, but I'm really super excited to see the response. So here we go with some Weird Science Comic blogspot.in review. So pre-Flashpoint, Gotham seems to have everything except enough Batman's. Until now, this issue opens with a costumed vigilante breaking up a drug deal, and while it's pretty obvious it's a non-powered Superman, it is still awesome. Actually, it's even more so, and having Lois Lane as his own private oracle is just icing on the cake. Mix in a roving camera, toting Jimmy Olsen, and we have a near-flawless beginning to a Convergence issue. Dan Jurgens did a great job of starting this issue by getting the reader up to speed in he seamlessly shows a great relationship between Lois and Clark, and while I love Wonder Woman as Superman's girlfriend, she can't hold a candle to Lois when Clark gets in over his head right as Talos began his speech. So I was hoping for the best, and I got it. Dome down equals Superman is back. It saved him from burning to death and the Jimmy from being plain dead. So from Agent Review, here we go with this. I don't know, I'm not gonna review from the agent.com. So but before that, let's review some that is totally different. We can be from that phone, that is thelatestpool.com. This is having a great review from that, and we can see the long awaited Convergence began. Did I say just Oh, what did I just say? Anyway, so Convergence began last week with Convergence Zero. Now this week we have really moved in on it with several issue 1 dropping as a Superman fan and it coming out on my birthday. I couldn't resist getting my hands on it. I must confess I have not read much Superman as of late and have really been waiting for a place to jump in, so I thought Convergence would be a great place. So if you read Convergence Zero or read a little bit about the event, you know it's gonna get crazy without a doubt. Things are probably gonna get confusing at times and probably not a good place for someone just jumping into comics to start. This particular story we find Superman and Lois being trapped in pre-Flashpoint Gotham and Supes has been protecting it without powers. At the beginning the dome drops and the chaos will begin. I found the story to be a very good one and not as confusing as Convergence Zero. You will very quickly get a sense of what's going on and the struggle of what's going to happen. Writer Dan Jurgens has done very well with this one. So the characters are from, of course, different universes, all trying to do what's best for the city. What's great about DC and their characters is the way their multiverse is set up. You have several different versions of the same characters and they are all unique. They know who is who, but they don't know if they can trust one another. It's very confusing for them. Who wouldn't be confused? They don't know what's going on. They just know they need to survive. The art in this issue is awesome. I love it. The cover took me back to when I was a kid. Yes, that's true. So some Infinity Comics review from this one also, and this is given by Max Wake. So the review is pretty good. That Dan Jurgens absolutely kills it on this issue. Everything anybody has ever loved about Superman is here. He is married to Lois, who is currently pregnant with his child. He saves Jimmy in a spectacular and classic fashion with bullets bouncing off his chest, and he is endured a year of imprisonment and kept his chin up in a heavy situation, still focusing in all of that was just happening. So he never succumbs to despair and never gives up trying to do what's right. And when the dome lifts and everybody is worried about protecting their world, Superman isn't the thing that's just gonna happen only. So Superman is the thing only. So next one is coming, next issue, that is, it will come, Showdown. So hope you guys have liked it. And for today, adios. This is my last recording for today. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this one. Have a great day. Hey guys, what's up? Convergence the Titans issue number 1, and this is Saturday night, 9:40 p.m. So, but I'm reviewing and recording this review, but I don't know when I'm gonna upload this one because I have to render the final output, and after that, how much time it will take, I don't know, because it's too much heavy. And before that, before this issue, also I have other Convergence issues. I don't know which I'm gonna publish first, which I'm gonna publish first. So anyway, what I'm talking, it's taking too much. Let's go convert into this conversation dialogues into the review. So here we go with the GraphicPolish.com review by Edward Wendt. So of all the characters to receive a makeover in the New 52, it is perhaps the original Teen Titans that have feared the worst. This just happened. I can't believe it. This just happening like this. So the team was replaced almost completely with the newer versions of older characters, and those older characters were left behind in part in the old continuity. This Convergence title focuses on 3 DC heroes that have been trapped in Gotham City under the superpower nullifying dome. Donna Troy, Starfire, and Arsenal. The choice of these 3 is interesting as their histories are full of some controversy already. Donna Troy had her origin story told and retold numerous times since the post-crisis Wonder Woman was introduced, to the point that her own character's history is confusing. Starfire didn't leave as much controversy until she was introduced in the New 52 as a purely sexual creature, though the writers have backed off from that scenes, and her fans yearned for a return to the pre-Flashpoint version of the characters. But it is perhaps that Roy Harper who was the most controversial, though, as fans had found a favorite in his daughter Leanne, and when it was revealed that she had never existed in the New 52, they got the opposite of what they wanted. This story focuses mostly on that of Roy still trying to deal with the death of his daughter. The heroes have moved on since the imposition of the dome. All the Roys are that ready for the return of something vile. They get this return when the extremists show up on Gotham's doorstep after being gone for so long. The extremists are an interesting footnote in DC history. You have to remind that one. It also sounds like Superior Iron Man's Tony Stark's new software app, but the group of villains were all loose facsimils of Marvel villains: Doctor Doom, Doctor Octopus, Magneto, Sabretooth, and Dormammu. So thus, while other heroes or anti-heroes from the same Gotham are facing other foes such as the Zoo Crew, this group of heroes is facing villains from not only a different place but also kind of from a different company. So some review from InfinityComics.com also. So this review is by Max Dweck. So one of the heaviest losses of the old DC universe was the loss of the Titans. The current Teen Titans are a group of young heroes whose first New 52 series was so hated the book had to be cancelled and relaunched when the creative team changed just to disassociate it with the previous run. But the old Teen Titans, there's a comics legend right there. Even people who don't read comics know these characters thanks to their multiple successful cartoon series, and a lot of these young heroes have permanently cemented themselves in the hearts of comic book fans and are seen as icons in their own right. We have to admit that one. But Teen Titan series is coming back to tell a new story with everyone's favorite characters, but this is not that book. This is the Titans, and it only features the adult versions of 3 of them. But it's overall super cool. I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys have liked it also. And if you liked it, this story and this book, just go to the store, buy this book, and enjoy it. So Convergence the Titans. This is great, feeling great after doing this review also, because I really enjoyed this issue, and thanks for all of the support. I love you guys. Bye. Hey, what's up guys? This is Convergence issue number 1. As I feel all the time, that is, Harley Quinn is super sexy and this cover page is really great, and in this Convergence issue number 1 I feel like it's injustice issues because the storytelling or else the artwork looks like that. But here we go, without wasting any time, without further ado, I'm going to do a review from Convergence 1 that is from IGN.com. This is by Jesse Sadin. So last week Convergence 0 set the stage for DC's latest big event with a set of heavy issue that succeeded more on the strength of its art than its story. Unfortunately, issue 1 unfolds in much the same fashion. The Convergence conflict isn't the most complicated storyline DC has ever wrestled with, but you wouldn't know that from the long drawn out way these comics are setting up the plot. That whereas issue 0 pitted the New 52 Superman against the one true Brainiac, issue 1 shifts focus to the surviving heroes of Earth 2 World's End as they encounter Telos, the living embodiment of Brainiac's world and its 40 bottled cities. If that previous sentence makes you brain hurt, Convergence may not be the comic for you. It's becoming increasingly clear that this is the book that celebrates and flaunts continuity. Most of the appeal of Convergence, after all, is the idea that the classic DCU and various other alternate realities are getting a chance to live again without a healthy knowledge of DC lore and an attachment to these other realities. There's not enough of a hook with Convergence, so you have to get to know about this DC universe more and more to understand the Convergence series. So on that note, this issue starts out well enough for those readers interested in learning what befell the Earth 2 heroes and how they factor into the Convergence conflict. Their inclusion helps make this story feel more relevant than it might otherwise. Convergence is inherently divorced from DC's ongoing storylines, and without this bridge to their usual publishing catalog, it could become too isolated and insular for its own good. After reading these early pages, it becomes clear that the relationship between Earth and Batman, Earth 2 Batman, and his plan is very different. Dick Grayson will be a focal point of the miniseries. It's a solid foundation to build from. So let's move to some other reviews from BatmanNews.com. So this is review by Brandon Mulholland, Convergence 1 review. So he has said that when I first learned about Convergence, I assumed that the Convergence story would primarily take place within the 8 issues of the main title and that the plethora plethora of the two-parters would be self-contained stories. I figured DC had merely created Convergence as an excuse to show us characters from the past and that we would pick up where we last saw them. This isn't the case at all, because while Convergence does use characters from previous continuities, the characters have been altered by living under the dome for the last year. Some aspects of them are exactly as you remember, while others have changed as a direct result of their present situations. Like with anything, some of the stories were worth reading and others not so much. I'll leave it to my colleagues to fill you in on those details, but I felt it was pertinent to at least give you an inkling of what was going on in the overall scheme of things. Now to issue 1, Convergence is nothing but one giant cage match. It's Thunderdome, it's Highlander, there can be only one. It's the Hunger Games, they even call it that in one of the tie-ins. It's Marvel versus DC, but without the ability to actually vote on the outcome. Can you imagine if DC actually let us vote on which world we wanted to see return to continuity? This issue itself isn't a whole lot different than the story presented in issue 0, instead of Taylor's monologuing to Superman. So hope you guys have liked it. This one is coming for the Doomsday, so Jeff Kent and Scott Lobdell writers have done a great job, but Convergence is a big event, and to understand this one you have to read all the issues. So hope you guys will like it, and just go to the store, spend your money, and have a great day with entertainment. So this weekend is gonna be Convergence weekend. Hope you guys will like it. Have a great day. Don't forget to leave a like, and yeah, have a great. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Steve. I was just trying to copy another YouTuber's voice, so here we go. It's me, the original voice of mine. That is Steven Copper. So here we go with the Convergence Batgirl issue number 1 review. Hope you guys will enjoy this one. And as I promised that I will upload every review of Convergence. But I was thinking that maybe I will not upload. I'm not gonna upload the question and the atom. But if you guys request on the comment below, then I will upload that one too. So here we go. Beside that, I have already recorded. I have already rendered the videos for other Convergence, and just now I started recording. I don't know when I'm gonna finish it, but I'm gonna try to do my best. So here we go with hypergreeky.com review. Start with this one. So this is by Clumsick. So he says, he or she, I don't know. So anyway, what does it say about Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain that they are the stars of the Convergence Batgirl series? So for the uninitiated, the first Batgirl was indeed Barbara Gordon, but the character didn't get her own title until Cassandra Cain took over the mantle back in 2000. Cain was an instant hit, and the first volume of Batgirl ran for 6 years. Cain was featured in the second volume, which had a much smaller print run with 7 issues, and then in 2009 Stephanie took over after a quick stint as Robin. So let's move towards Comic Vine review. What they're saying about this one. This is 2 out of 5 star. Oh my god, what just happened to Comic Vine or their reviews? Or maybe the story is not that much cool, but I really enjoyed that one. But according to the artistic style, I'm really losing faith on the Convergence series, because most of the books I have seen that the artistic style is not that much of veteran that DC used to like this one. So anyway, with the review, this is reviewed by Corrended Postquarter, and Convergence has begun. The challenge is issued. Batgirl responds, but is she the correct Batgirl? The good things about this one is alternate dimensional stories are fantastic at giving us different takes on familiar faces and raising the stakes by reminding the reader that survival of these beloved characters isn't guaranteed. They can also function to establish emotional stakes and bonds quickly, as familiar readers will have handy shorthands and already know who someone is and what they want. Elisa Quintney shows a Gotham City very similar to the Prime one, but different in its own ways as well, and having that undergone a startling, bizarre change. For instance, we are dropped right into the fact that Cassandra Cain is back and is an established character that Bat. So while Stephanie Brown hung up the mantle of being Batgirl a year ago in this timeline after the Brainiac Dome came out, the highlight of this issue is easily the sights that we see in Gotham as they have tried to adapt to the strange new life. We are jumped straight into the action as the champions clash in the brutal tournament, but motivations quickly come under question, as does agency, particularly with the villain they are having to deal with. So Rick Leonard is on pencils and does a great job with organically moving the action from one panel to the next, creating a sense of flow and the illusion of motion so that the reader can easily picture what's happening between panels, while Steve Bicoletto emphasizes the bleak, scorching heat of the desert. The colors are bright and bold, but they are used to create a sense of weariness and blindingness rather than comfort and whimsy. Mark Pennington's inks give the action a sense of impact and the characters a sense of real weight. That is the thing. So the verdict from this one is it's difficult to tell who this coming is for, but if it's for fans for the Bat family from before the New 52 began, it spends too much time recounting. So I hope you guys have liked it, and just go to store and buy this Convergence book if you didn't bought it yet. So it'll be super cool and it'll help the creators also. And just comment below that DC should increase their quality of artistry in the Convergence. Have a great day.